Frankies, what are you doing? Is you being silly? Why are you in the sink? Isn't that coat on your hiney? You pretty boy. Yes, you are, you pretty. Welcome, YouTube friends and family, to today's edition of the Wellness Homesteader. So now that we have Frankie out of the sink, we've disinfected everything again. I want to bring you some information today on making a therapeutic advanced pain cream. So I am not a medical doctor. This is not to be construed as medical advice. You should always do your own research. But what I can tell you is, since I've started using and learning more about essential oils, it has truly changed my life. So recently, I had the ick. I did not have the V, I just had the ick. And this has been a cold virus that's been going around. And I know people who are just so ill with it, who are still coughing after a month, etc., etc. And so I have been diffusing thieves and different oils to help my respiratory system. And guys, I am well. I am feeling so much better. And in this journey that I've been taking, y'all, I deal with pain on a daily basis. That's just the way it is. For those of you who are new, I have had 4 major spine surgeries. The last one, they said, you have to take care of this because we can't really do much else for you because they keep replacing hardware. So I'm 3.5 years on this set, which is the longest I've gone. So hopefully it's good. But let me share with you, if you're fused, so your spine normally is flexible. If this is a vertebrae, this is a vertebrae. Well, you can't develop arthritis if they fuse it together. So I am fused 5 levels, starting above my waist down to, we'll just say my tailbone. That's close enough, guys. So if I make the mistake of just standing up wrong, sneezing without, protecting my back, because I'm fused and I can't flex, I can get a lot of severe muscular pain because of this situation. So I came up with, no, let me change that. I found a verified Young Living recipe for an advanced pain cream, and I want to share it with you. So come on, let's get started. All right, y'all. I did a beautiful video for you. I mean, it was amazing. But when I started to edit, I'm like, it was coming up as a 101 minute long video. And I'm like, I know I didn't talk that long. Couldn't be. Well, as it turns out, somehow I'm filming with my phone. I must have hit the slow-mo button when I was adjusting. So we're going to try this again. So one of my concerns has always been when, and I'm not criticizing anyone, person, I'm just giving a generality, right? Sometimes you will see people using essential oils and they use a ton and they don't measure it. And if you're using it for therapeutic purposes, it is very important to follow the guidelines because there are 3 ways you can use essential oils. Not every oil can be used in every way. So there is aromatic. So if you see back here, ooh, I pointed right the first time. I am diffusing some essential oil this morning. I'm diffusing thieves for the anti-infective effects because I have been sick, with spearmint because spearmint is my favorite. So it can trigger a healing response. So you can diffuse it. You can also, inhale it. The second way is topical, where you're actually putting it on the largest organ of your body, which is your skin, and it is absorbed into your bloodstream. So there can be ill effects if you don't use essential oils wisely. And I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to share with you that essential oils are a lot like medicine. And I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving you medical advice. But I do know that there are safety precautions. So usually you need to use a carrier oil, which is what I have here. So today we are using some organic coconut oil from Walmart. And I have to say, guys, I gotta shed this. You can use grapeseed oil, you can use olive oil. My personal preference is coconut oil. It melts at 76 degrees, so when it hits your body, it's going to melt pretty quickly, and that's just my preference. Grapeseed is good if you have really oily skin and you're concerned about putting oil on your body. All right, but topically, there are some precautions. So a lot of the citrus type oils like lemongrass can make you sensitive to the sun. I am so pale, guys. The last thing I need is a sunburn, right? You know, these fair-skinned, blonde-haired, blue-eyed people do not need to be photosensitized. So, pardon me, if you don't realize that you're making a lemongrass lotion and you put it all over and you go outside, you could get a sunburn. There are also certain oils that can't be used topically. I can't name one off the top of my head, but there definitely are. And then there are internal uses. And I think that's where you really need to be cautious. You can get the empty capsules, put the oils in, and consume them that way. Some of them can go under your tongue. If you look at, and y'all, I don't know if I can get this to focus. So this is some peppermint. See underneath the word peppermint, it says Vitality. I don't know if you can see that. Anything from Young Living that says Vitality, you can take internally in the proper rate. Amount. So you can also drink it in liquid. So I guess that was just a word of caution. My dad's mom had 10 children. My dad was one of 10. They're all gone now, which is really sad. She knew every medicinal cure because they didn't have doctors. She gave birth to all of her children at home. My dad was a preemie, and she had to diaper pin him to a pillow so he wouldn't get lost because they didn't have cribs and bassinets and things like that. All right, enough about that. So what are we making today? Today we are going to make a recipe for advanced pain cream. So let me share with you. I feel like a train wreck sometimes, guys. I stood up yesterday and wrenched my back. I mean, I literally just stood up like I always do. I'm like, oh my word. And if you're wondering what I dressed up for Halloween as, I didn't. I just went as an old lady with a bad back. That's been my joke this week. So anyway, I hope that gave you a laugh. I have to laugh at myself sometimes. All right. So there are many, many recipes that I have found from Young Living for really good home remedies. So let me just share with you a little bit about my situation. So my options are as follows: anti-inflammatory. Side effects are long-term use can cause heart troubles and stomach troubles. Steroids, which y'all know have a host of issues and I will not take. And number 3 is narcotic pain relievers, which also have a host of side effects. So if I can make something, and guys, I'm sharing this because it has helped me so much, and I hope that if you have arthritic pain or joint pain, you might consider giving this a try. I'm a firm believer in Young Living oils. I've tried many pain relief type items with non-Young Living essential oils, inexpensive essential oils that did little to nothing. This, guys, has really helped me. Okay, so what do you do? So what I've done is I have melted half a cup of coconut oil. Again. Oh, y'all, I hope I'm not filming on slow-mo. No, I'm not. I can tell. Yes, I can tell. And I am going to add a variety of essential oils, and I want to share with you each oil and what's in it and what it does. So the very first one is called Valor. Valor is a combination of frankincense, which is a really good pain relief essential oil, blue tansy, black spruce, geranium, and camphor wood. Now I want you to think if you've ever used like Icy Hot or any of those pain relief type roll-ons, you smell like a menthol explosion. This, when we get done with it, has a very slight mint and lemon smell. It is very pleasant. So we're going to put 15 drops of the Valor in our coconut oil. You want to make sure that it's well dissolved. Let me hold this up here. You don't want big globs of coconut oil, because then, I've done this, when you put it in your jar, here's the one I made on slow motion, you'll get a glob that has no essential oils and doesn't really do you any good, and then a glob that has too much that can irritate your skin. So melt your oil when it's still liquid but not hot, because hot can degrade the essential oil. We're going to put 15 drops of this. Now, it took me a while to learn how to use this dropper properly. So what you do, there's a little dropper tip on it, and this is blue from the blue tansy. You tip it over and then tip it back, and you're actually getting rid of the bubbles. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm doing really poorly. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. Don't put extra. Now, oh, what does this smell like? It's delightful. Guys, I could use this as a perfume. I'm not kidding. I like it that much. It's a very exotic, spicy. And it is blue, but it doesn't color your whole pain balm blue. The second is we're going to use 15 drops of Panaway. Panaway has clove, helichrysum, peppermint, and wintergreen. So wintergreen is one of those that you cannot take internally, but you can use it topically. So we're going to put 15 drops of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. And this has a predominant smell of wintergreen. But guys, this is not an offensive smelling ointment. Next, we're going to use some pure peppermint. And I'm going to use 15 drops of that. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. All right. Now we're going to use 10 drops of lemongrass. So for me, and I'm going to speak for myself, I have to be careful. If I put this, like, let's say I'm putting it all over my arms because all my joints hurt, I would have to be careful in the sun because it does have the lemongrass in it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let me just say a word too. I'm trying to remember all the things I did the first video. I have been making soap for, wow, like 30 years. Probably more than that, longer than that. How many of you, if you're making your own bath and body products, have purchased third distill products, essential oils? So they take the herb or the substance that they're going to extract the beneficial oils from, they distill it. That is a first distill, which is what you're getting from Young Living. Most of the essential oils that you're buying from a soap supply company are going to be at least a third distill, which means they left all that material in there, they distilled it again, they got a weaker oil, they distilled it again and got the third distill. Fine for soaps, bath and body products, and more fragrance, but does not have as much benefit as using the pure oil. Okay, next we're going to use Copaiba, Copaiba. And this comes from a Brazilian tree. And let me tell you guys, it doesn't come in the premium kit. This would be an extra that I would use. It is good for your hair and your skin. It makes a great beard oil. Ben, if you're watching this, turn it off. I'm gonna make my son some beard oil. It is good for psoriasis, which I have and my son has, insect bites, urinary disorders, stomach distress, anxiety. It has so many good uses. And we are going to put, let me get back to my recipe here. I think it's 10 drops. Yes, 10 drops. So one of the criticisms that I have heard of Young Living oils is, well, they get some of their oils from outside the US. Well, how are you going to get an oil from a Brazilian tree that doesn't grow in the US? And, oh, I didn't share the scent with you. Minty would be what I would call it. All right, it's that simple. Now, if you don't have all the oils that I used, you can make a simpler version out of what comes in the kit with Panaway, 10 drops, peppermint, 10 drops, 10 drops of Valor in the half cup. I have tried all of these recipes. That is considered to be a pain cream. There's also a muscle rub, but I think this advanced pain cream is the best recipe. Now, this time, I am going to use a darker container, because if you look at essential oils, they're in dark glass containers, and that is to protect the integrity and the beneficial properties of the oil. So it's this simple, guys. You simply pour it in, and I know you can't see, but I'm afraid to touch the camera after making a video, and I'm on a time crunch because at 9 I have a guy coming to replace my GFI outlet outside so I can heat my chickens' water, and give me an estimate on some fencing repairs. All right, so this is what we have, but let me show you. This is kind of what it looks like. Oh my word, a little Frankie hair, sorry about that. So it does have a slight blue hue. So you just want to wait until this comes to a solid. Coconut oil melts at 76 degrees. It's going to melt beautifully when it hits your skin. Rub it on the affected area. Guys, I'm not giving you any medical advice, but I'm telling you it has really helped me. So, well, I sorted out what's wrong with recording. My storage was full, and I'm crooked. Sorry, guys. So let's go over to the table. I want to share with you a little bit of information about the Young Living Premium Kit. And I want to say this, guys, never feel obligated to purchase anything. I share what I believe would add value to your life. And if it's not a product you're interested in, it's never a worry. That's not why I'm doing this. I do this because I believe in it, and it might help someone not to have to rely solely on some medications that have super high side effects. All right, let's go to the table and pray that I have enough storage space on my device to get through a video. Stay tuned. Notice a little something in the background? Yeah, I couldn't resist just a little Christmas decor, right? So I also want to say, if you stay to the very end, I'm going to give you a code word that you can drop in the comments below. And since I made 2 batches of this, I can share the batch in the dark colored jar so that, you know, it will stay good for a long time. I'll use the other one so quickly that I'll be making more. But anyway, I will send it to you free of charge to try if you drop the comment code word and you are chosen with the random selector. All right, that's enough about that, right? So this is part of the premium kit when you start. And one of the starter bundles, it's $165. And let me share just a couple benefits. You get this, you get a diffuser, a little different style than the ones that I have. You get some thieves and some additional oils. So there are 10 in here. It comes with a really nice explanation that you can fold out of how to get started with the oils, what you might use them for, and how to use them. When you go to their website, and guys, I do this all the time, if you want to know more about a certain oil, like what's in it, how can I use it, when you open up the item that you're looking at, it has an About tab, and you just click it, and it drops down, and it tells you all about it. All right. So what's included in here? Well, one of the things is lavender, and we all know lavender is good for sleep, calming. You can diffuse it. It is a wonderful broad use essential oil because it does good things for cuts, for sunburns, for dry skin. So lavender is a good all-around essential oil to have on hand. One of my favorites up here is the frankincense because it is used in not only by the wise men, but it is used in a lot of pain relief preparations. It is good for your skin, for scars, for stretch marks, and I'm not saying it cures anything. I'm telling you these are the benefits that Young Living shares. It can be good for sunspots, for wrinkles, so I probably should have bought the gallon size, just saying. You know, cuts and scrapes, that type of thing. Now, not included is the copaiba, so I would recommend you order that as well. There's also a bottle of Thieves. I've talked about Thieves in a previous video. So that's a combination of 5 essential oils. And back in the times when the grave robbers and the body robbers were taking valuables during the Black Plague, and they didn't get the Black Plague, which was hugely contagious, the thieves were using a combination of these oils. That's where the name came from. So y'all know I had like the horrible ick. Because I'm telling you, Thieves, I started diffusing Thieves. I don't know why I didn't think of it like day one, right? And it really did help me. Okay, there's also one called Digize. And let's see, I forget which one it is, doesn't really matter. And it helps with, as suggested, like upset stomach problems. And here's something you might not know. So a lot of people will reach for the Pepto-Bismol. One of the things in Pepto-Bismol is salicylic acid, which is the main component of aspirin. So you have an upset stomach and you're going to take an irritated aspirin product that can cause stomach bleeding. So this is a much better solution. There is Panaway, and I always want to call it Pain Away because it is good for sore muscles, for pain in general, for sciatic pain, for stiffness. So I should also bathe in Panaway every day. Bruising, joint pain, that type thing. And it also says headaches. I don't get headaches, so I've never used it for that. We use some peppermint. That's good for colds, for a fever, for a sunburn, for indigestion, that type of thing. And it smells wonderful. My favorite essential oil, in case you're wondering, is spearmint. That's my favorite thing to diffuse. There is also a lemon, which is really good for your stomach as well. And also for cough, like think hot toddy, you know, where you put the whiskey and the honey and the lemon. It's also good for brittle hair and nails. I need to also like make a shampoo out of that, don't I? All right, then there is Raven. And Raven is a combination of eucalyptus, lemon, peppermint, and wintergreen. Has a cooling sensation. You can diffuse it or you can apply it diluted topically. And you can add it to like shower balms. That's also a really good thing. So let me just share with you, you know, I said it upsets me when I see people like liberally using essential oils because they are medicinal in nature. My son, oh, he's gonna hate me for this. He loves bath bombs because he works really hard and he does a lot of heavy work. So he has to like take a hot bath sometimes, you know, we all do, right? So he was saving the few of his favorite bath bombs, and I had given Ben a jar of my menthol shower steamers, which you put them in the corner of your shower. You don't put the water right on it, but you let it get wet, and it has essential oils and menthol, pure menthol crystals in it, right? And they're really tiny. They're about this big. So Ben's like, well, I probably should use like 3. I did not label the jar. My bad. So he puts 3 in and gets in the tub, and needless to say, it lit him up for hours. So, you do need to use them properly. I'm not trying to scare you, but Young Living has a lot of support on their website. So I'm going to insert a clip right here now because I want to share with you a wonderful gift that one of my dear subscribers, Cindy, sent me. I actually filmed that yesterday when I opened it, and then I'll bring you back for some closing thoughts and the keyword. I thought I would insert this into my next video, so I'm not sure exactly when you all will be seeing it, but you all, I'm so excited. So I want to give a big shout out to my sweet and very faithful subscriber, Cindy. You have the same name as my range, Cindy. And she sent me a little something, something. So I have cut the paper on one and the lid on the other, but I have not looked. So this came from Discover Books, so I have a feeling it's going to be something I love. And I'm just so honored that you would think of me. So let's see what it is. Oh, it's an old book. I know I'm going to love it. Woman's Home Companion Household Book. How cool. Y'all, if you don't know this about me, oh my gosh, look at this. Look, look, look. I love to read. I love to read. I love to read cookbooks. I love to read vintage books. This is Equipping a Home, Room Arrangement and Decoration, Slip Covering, Upholstering, Housekeeping, Maintenance, and Repair. And it was published by Doubleday and Company. Copyright 1948. It's right. And I dress vintage today. Oh, I am so excited. How to buy furniture. And it tells all the different types like Hepplewhite, Early American Federal, Duncan Fife. Oh, look, y'all. A kitchen business center. Cindy, you couldn't have gotten me anything I liked any better. And this was a gracious plenty. And y'all, I just want to say, I never expect you or would ask of you to send me anything, but I do treasure when I get something. So thank you again, Cindy. Let's get into the box. And y'all, I'm down in my back today. Just ignore that. Oh, hang on. Ouch. Injury. Oh. All right. This is a box in a box. If I'm going to bend over, I'm going to see what else I can do while I'm down there. Oh, my word. The suspense, right? This is so exciting, Cindy. God bless you. I love getting gifts. Oh my goodness. Oh, y'all. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 quilted, and I always get this wrong, 1.5 pints. So it's probably not a quart. But look, it has the black and chalkboard labels. Cindy, thank you so much. These are gorgeous. And because, let me see if I can turn you around and shift. Oh, hang on. Oh. Well, okay, I can't show you. My canning pantries are open. This will be gorgeous to put even my freeze-dried or dehydrated foods in so they look pretty. So, Cindy, thank you from the bottom of my heart. That was so kind of you. And I will cherish. Now I've got some good evening reading too. I will cherish this gift. So thank you. Well, it's good to know the reason that my video went in slow-mo was because it had something to do with my storage capability. I like pictures and I had a lot of pictures. So I will leave in the description box, it's always there, a link to Young Living. One of the advantages of signing up is you get a 24% discount for an entire year. And even if you're not a seller, and guys, I'm a horrible salesperson, you get the benefit of the discounted products, and you can give it as gifts, or maybe a family member does want to order from you, or a friend, and then you will receive the commission from that. So I think it is a really great product. So time for the keyword. Drop me a comment below that says, I would like the pain cream. That's all you need to say. Just say pain cream in your comment. And that's how I will be sorting it. And spell cream, C-R-E-A-M, if that helps you as well. I've really enjoyed my time with you today. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. If you learned something, that would be great. There's my apologies, y'all. I have a contractor here for some work on my fencing, my gate, etc. And he arrived because I had to do this video twice. So don't forget, drop pain cream as a comment below. I would choose one with the random generator to win. Don't forget, if you would, please go ahead and smash that like button. Guys, our channel is really growing, and it's just such a lovely group. I have thoroughly enjoyed getting to know so many of you. If you want to email me or send me a note, that information is also in the description box. So until I see you again, be healthy, be well, be blessed, take care.